what one wears is not what one is. I lost my good job and I had to get some sort of income and, functional. Heaps job. Doesn't have nothing to do with who the fuck I am. I just gotta pay the bills. Clothing is just what clothing is. If you can really afford to look fabulous according to whatever fabulous looks like at any given time, of course you do it to your own satisfaction. I'd rather be in a pair of Hawaiian shorts all the time, personally. Alrighty. I better set the timer. I suppose I could turn that down just a little bit. I like it. It's the background of the house all the time. It's a screensaver. Tropics 2. You could type that in the search screen, you could find it. I paid $6, and I played the game all the way through because the only way to get the whole thing is to win. And I'm smelling all kinds of lemon scent because I sprayed the hell out of the areas that which I care about doesn't go, but that which I don't care about does. Anyway, we're gonna start this one. It's gonna be another daily news critter. But CNN, I watch CNN a lot. Selling the girl next door. If you understand how humans are, then you can manipulate them, can't you? Oh, Skeletor knows how to do that, so Satan. God has yet to figure out how to persuade you with goodies, because you don't give them, you gotta earn them. Kali did a really good video describing how females compete, which is ridiculous, because if half the population has a female part that the males want, like a worker, how cheap can I get it? Of course, the more attractive, a big diamond, depending on what culture you're in. I mean, there are cultures that like different things. I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't want to offend. I could. But you see, I'm trying to reach a broad audience eventually. Young females want to be thought of as very valuable because they're female. That's not what makes you valuable. Who the fuck are you? That's what makes you valuable. If every female is going to give it up because it feels good, and why not, then what separates you? You can't just bank on, I got they want it. That don't work with all you females got there. What separates you is who the fuck you really are. And how badly does that other person want and need that companionship? Seriously. You're over here now. No games, Fauna. Talking about sex drive. It's the middle of winter, and the only female dog in the house is starting to think she'd like to be wanted. Bad timing. Yeah. It's pretty hard to. We'll figure out a way if it takes that. I just wanted to get the dog fixed a couple of years ago, and they said, "Oh, well, we can do that. That's $300, but we got $600 worth of tests we got to do too. We ain't doing the first thing without doing the other thing. So either you keep her or you pay triple. Fuck you. I'll keep her." It's an annoyance, but I'm not paying triple. They do that. When you need some, example, I was talking about this. You gotta heat your house. You need electricity. These things can be done better, but those who are providing it don't know how yet. And there's, according to them, way too many of us that need some. So those who have things that you don't necessarily need, but you like to have, are like having to offer it for less. So in the middle of January, it's 10 degrees outside. It costs about, even just heating the bottom level of this 3-story house, and we have everything barricaded, about $500. We spread it between natural gas, the stoves on with a fan, the electric heaters, and the oil. It still comes out to about $500 a month. And you can go to Hawaii, all inclusive, $597 for a week. Whatever. Last night, late night, they were talking about in the Great Depression, it was a really big luxury to have a ballpoint pen, because those who controlled where the money went and who got it made sure that the working class got practically nothing. You're just a worker, man. There's plenty of you. There's only a few of us in control, so we get most of it. I don't see her. I mentioned the Kate Bees in one of my videos. If you don't know what it is, the Kate Bee, it isn't a superhero or a bad guy. It's bees that are native to the Cape of Africa. And there's a mountain range between them and the so-called nasty African bees. The Cape Bees figured out how to, once the humans introduced them, took them over the mountain that they couldn't go over by themselves, figured out how to enslave the African bees. If I can get past your defenses, you'll just feed me and I'll keep making more of me, and eventually you'll die and I'll go find another nest to go to. Think about it. I never did hit the buttons. I have no idea how long I'm talking. I know it hadn't been that long yet. For what it's worth, I know Stalin was even communism, which championed the worker, has bureaucracy out of the behind, trying to make sure that nobody can dethrone them. It was done, but now America's got such an immense debt, and just like the ordinary worker, who also, many of us, had immense debt, living way beyond your means because they told you that's a good way to do things. And Greece even said, the Americans said this is how we do things, it works. No, it doesn't. You should be debt-free to an extent. You know, the reasoning they had for us having debt was if you were lending, if people in other countries are borrowing from you, they're less likely to attack you. That was the old reasoning. Right about now, nobody really wants to attack anybody that's really powerful because it's really dumb, and we know it. Know that. Live within your means. Don't be stupid. But we are being stupid, and nobody wants to stop it. And you know what's going to happen? Lending going to run off a cliff, and guess who's going to pay for it? And they even got commercials about that. I don't know a lot about China, except its own history. Again, for what it's worth at the moment, I think they played their cards well. I think America is playing their cards very badly right now. By the way, roaches are a parasite too. Not as bad as a leech in your nose or protozoa in your blood, hookworm, etc. There's so many of them. But a human parasite that has figured out how to control you is the worst parasite ever you're going to see. Okay. Yeah. Oh boy, alrighty. By the way, bacteria can be parasites, fungus can be parasites, and viruses can be parasites. All that was is happening. It's supposed to. It's all in progress. I've been telling on earth as it was in heaven. Long time to do it, according to you all. Not in God's terms. I'm sure I did already, but thank you, Pastor. And thank you, Kali, and all the participants. Keeping the wall of hope with hope is a very good thing to do. I suppose we'll end with this one. It's ridiculous because It's not like massive. It's just a daily thing for me. But it is daily news, isn't it? I actually made $100 tonight for a pizza driver. That's pretty good. Won't take them long to figure out how to raise their pay and suck yours up, because it's totally unbalanced. And I did talk about controlling population too, didn't I?